Welcome back to the Aces ROG Dream League live here from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios in Stockholm. We just watched our first game of the day. It was over in 18 minutes. There were 30 kills for Imperial. NP got like 10% of that. It was an absolute stomp. I think that's fair to say. Right, guys?
Oh,
whoa, dude. Don't go that far. I mean, those Visage plays were out of control.
When he got his ulti at 13 or 14 minutes?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I believe you said it. The sniper had more HP than the Sven at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
There was a few... honestly, the Undying with the Sand King just destroyed them. Like,
yes.
Okay, Sven from behind. Well, what can he do? Like, you saw when he tried to go in right near the end, he got strength. He was like, all right, it's only a Sand King, guys. We got this. Starts milling on him. He has a Shiva's guard. And he's just like, well, you know, we tried.
Yeah.
Well, they came out strong. There was no mercy.
There was no mercy.
Imperial put down the Imperial Legion on him, man. I mean, there was just nothing they could do.
And we're gonna look at some clips later on, guys.
It's dirty clips.
It is actually very dirty.
We can just show the whole game again.
Yeah, that's a highlight clip on itself. But most of the fights happen obviously on bottom lane. That's where, for example, our first clip later on will be at. But it happened exactly as you said, Shane. Sure, everybody was busy on that bottom lane, and then you got a sniper versus an OD. And Envy was like 0-2 very early on, and at some point, he was at minute 8, he was 0-5-0.
You saw when OD tried to fight him. Every time he turned to click him to try and like do any damage, you just get headshot, headshot, headshot. And he asked himself,
I like how you do the arm movement. Headshot.
Like playing sniper is one of the most rewarding things in the entire world. You're just this little tiny dwarf with a gun, and there's this giant like demon thing from where is he from?
To raise his arm.
Rims.
It was so like, and honestly, it just had a lot to do with the Sand King on Undying. That was what made the game for them. Set the tempo. Like, Sand King had so much farm. He had a Blink Dagger. You said Sand King's not that farmed because he hadn't spent his 2k gold.
No, that's not what I meant. What I meant is that he was able to dive in the base at like what? Well, that was 14-ish minutes, right?
Yeah.
And all he had was basically a Blink Dagger. And the 2.1k gold that he had in his bank right then, it wasn't even used for any items. He could do that just with a Blink Dagger. It did not have anything to do with the extra 2k gold he had farmed. He was just doing really well. He was obviously level 10 at that point when the rest was still level 6 or so. That made a big difference. But it was insane how far ahead they were. We could take a look at the first clip actually, because that is part of the reason why Imperial got as far ahead as they were. It is on bottom lane. And Shane, I want you to pause, please. Okay. I want you to talk us through this.
Okay, so basically, the strength of Undying is you can just get up in your face, you can constantly drain strength, and then the Caustic Finale and the Burrow Strike just do so much more damage than you expected.
Yeah.
Ewi is kind of far away from his supports. He went to the secret shop to try and buy, I think, boots, I'm pretty sure. So let's play, and then we can
there's
see
also a
what's happening.
Visage on this side coming out.
Okay, so the strength of Visage is basically having this Soul Assumption nuke in the offensive lane. So he can constantly just do lots and lots of damage, right?
Yeah.
But he's really under level. Pause, right? So he uses one straight away.
Oh, no.
The cooldown, I think, is 4 seconds on Soul Assumption. 4 or 5
Fairly
seconds.
short.
It's really low, right?
Yeah.
So he uses it straight away. But I think he should have, like, they should have focused Sand King, right? Undying's already used the K. Like, loads of times. He's a big,
he used the Tombstone.
He's a big, beefy lad. You want to focus down the Sand King. He wants to disable, right?
I have a question. So I play pubs, no professional games, but normally when there's a Tombstone up and I am the one playing against Undying, there's someone shouting, "Kill the Tombstone! Kill the Tombstone! Kill the Tombstone!"
And we actually turns straight away.
Yeah, and he starts hitting.
So that's what I'm thinking.
But Visage, actually, I think auto attacks twice or once.
Let's go. Let's go play.
Undying.
Tombstone hit. AOI's doing it.
One.
Oh no, but that could have been on the Tombstone.
And that's the second one.
Oh no. The Tombstone, please.
Nice torrent, though. It does hit on 2.
But this stun from Hester Joe is actually...
Here we go.
All right, they get down the Undying, and then Hester Joe is like, applies the Caustic.
He goes boss mode.
Oh, God.
Down.
Caustic.
Burrow strike.
Soul Assumption was, I can't tell, but it was probably like a split second away from being off cooldown again.
Yeah.
And the X-Mark actually helped him out. And it's gorgeous. It really is.
And honestly, at this point of the game, you're probably, like, MP are just saying to themselves, like, oh, God.
Oh, God,
what have we done? You know, first of all, Sand King gets all of the levels. Like, Undying was already dead. So he's like, yeah. And the early levels on Sand King, like...
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
So then you got two options. Your bottom lane is basically gone, guys.
Yeah.
You leave that Sven alone. You're just, or rather, you've got two other lanes that can save your lives. You got an OD in mid that is already not doing great, so scratch that. Then you got a Centaur. What's been wrong with the Centaur?
I didn't actually watch the top lane as much as the bottom lane.
Because there were no kills.
Yeah, it was just pretty passive. But the problem is, right, you have a hero like Visage, or Visage, or whatever.
No, that's correct.
How does, like, he needs levels, right? He needs a lot of experience, right? Usually you get it by pulling, you know, stacking, that kind of stuff. You can't really roam on him. It's not really how it works, right? But the lane went so badly that he couldn't farm the pull cap, he couldn't do anything, and he's just so far behind that they weren't able to do anything. Like, it just looked lost from minute 3 or 4. Like,
Wasn't there anything Centaur could do to save it?
Return damage.
Well, what's
Lane swapping? Is
No,
anything?
No. Their draft was pretty greedy.
I think they
on
were
MP.
shagged.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Wow.
They needed levels. They needed XP. They needed it not to go that way. And if you're looking for 2 early game heroes that will punish the hell out of you in the early game, Undying and Sand King are 2 of the worst.
There was one time when they're like, oh my god, Sniper's pretty far out in the mid lane. Let's go there. One TB from Undying, he puts up a tombstone. They're like, all right, boys.
We're out.
Yeah.
Get around.
And that just allowed them to just do whatever they wanted in the game. You know, anytime there was any pressure, Undying's there, you just tombstones. And then your heroes are so underfarmed. You have all these melee cores. Like, OD is still kind of a melee hero. He has to get very close to the tombstone. And it's almost impossible to get it. And you said, okay, in the draft stage, you said, okay, Visage birds are pretty good at killing the tombstone, right?
Yeah.
He didn't even get the birds.
He literally couldn't. It was too late. It was too late.
He got like level 6 in minute 14, was it?
14,
Yeah. And the game was 18 minutes long.
Those poor babies. He was almost a virgin Visage. Never had children.
Yeah.
It was that close.
We have another clip for you guys.
Oh.
At this point...
I just pictured him having to say, oh my god.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Ace is Stringly.
Please.
Pause, please.
Oh, this is the last fight.
This
actually.
is the
Oh
last
my
fight.
God.
At this point, look at... Okay, this is obviously Sand King.
Yeah.
Well, first of
is
all,
it?
right, let's look at Ewi, right? He builds a helmet, a Dominator.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, like just what you always do on Sven. You stack up Ancients, you kind of get back into the game, you accelerate your farm so fast while you're stacking Ancients. But they can't even leave their base at this stage. Like, this item doesn't really do much.
This is as far out as you can get if you're a Sven. Sand King here.
Just a Sand King on his own.
On his own. There are some people close to mid lane. Let's just look at the minimap, guys. You can see there are 3 people that are able to come in. Almost.
Is that 2?
No, there's the dark green and the light green, and then you got
Oh yeah, they're good.
Mr. Legion Commander on the side there, and the Sand King is obviously right here. Now, if you're NP, obviously everybody's going to be sitting in the base because they can't leave the base, so they're like right there. That's an arrow or whatever. They're on that side. Now,
You got this with Shiver.
Yeah, keep going, Shiver. You're good.
Sven is about to see Sand King. Play, please.
All right. So Sand King's like, I'm like literally immortal, so I don't really care about you, Ewi. I'm just gonna burst trick you right outside your base with 0 support.
Okay, here comes Centaur, the big hero of the fight.
Like, they just throw everything at him. They're like, all right,
This is our chance.
Let's go. Maybe we'll get 1 billion gold because we're so far behind.
It's the Dota 2 lottery right here.
Yeah.
Whoever wins is a millionaire.
Look at
Right,
that.
so first, he applies Shivas to everyone.
Shiva's guard. That's your guard, Shiva.
My guard.
Thank you. Great arrow.
That was a lot of effort into that arrow. You guys don't even know.
Now, at this point, you can already see the minimap. There's the cavalry on the way. But yeah, NP, this is like their Hail Mary, right? They have to try.
Yes.
So let's play.
When your Hail Mary is on a lone Sand King, things
God
are not
strength, double edge. They use everything,
good.
right?
Oh, no.
First of all, they don't have
Stop tickling, and they don't have detection.
Yeah, okay. Like, who can afford detection?
All right,
like, come on.
Seriously.
All right, they heal up on Undying. They just get in. Ewi's like, okay, screw this. I'm just attacking this catapult. I don't even
There's
care.
another.
This mechanism
First
here
strike.
is so disgusting.
Yep.
I mean, oh, God, and he's back. He's completely back.
What you do now,
The zombies
AOI?
alone are just kiting Ewi.
I mean, Kunkabot coming in great.
Look at Pro Visage here. He's like, Jesus, call GG, I can't even move.
Help me, God.
But what's with the teleport scrolls, by the way?
Okay, that one was a bit... I think he had them on quick buy, and he had a lot of gold, and basically he was going to die, so he's like, okay, what do I buy?
Okay.
And he just spammed it.
Alternate theory, I think he was pissed.
That's actually probably what happened, yeah. I've watched Envy stream quite a lot as well. Like, I think it's actually good if you want to get into the mindset of players. Like, just watch your stream, see how they act. And he did buy like 7 or 8 TPs once just playing Alchemist because he had unreliable gold, and he was like, screw it. and then just smashed it. So
I know in the past, and when I say in the past, I actually mean like a long time ago, supports mostly would buy recipes of bracers recipes of bracers mostly that they could then sell so that they could save for Blink Dagger.
This was a long time ago, though.
Yes, this was like 3 to 4 years ago.
And back then, like, supports got no gold. Woods were really expensive. The assist gold was really low.
And
so
if you died, you lost a lot as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was just hard. Hard days for the support.
Hard days for the support. Gotta buy some recipes to be able to save some gold if you die a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, Envy did die a lot this game, so perhaps that was part of the logic. But, you know, the whole panic rage thing of, spam click.
It's a better story.
I buy that.
It is a better story. But I mean, let's just hope that they were doing some next level plays. But maybe they should work on doing some
that game was so brutal.
It was
playing the next 3 games.
It took the life out of them.
Are they a team that needs momentum, Shane?
That's
the question.
I think in games, yes. So I really think looking at these next 3 games, if they can pick it up and get back into it, it'll really show how much of a team they are. You know what I mean? Like it'll
prove their resilience.
Exactly. Like if they can win at, like even the next game, I'll be like, all right, MP are a really good team. You know, they have potential to do well, but that was brutal.
That was very brutal. So was this a drafting issue mostly, or was this just outplay? Was it both?
I think they just maybe both, and they also underestimated Imperial a bit. I think
a vast underestimate.
Yeah.
I mean, those are strong heroes that they picked, and just to start off the thing.